vocabulary art activity. And so this will be due on the your third day of your distance remote learning. And so a couple things that your slides vocabulary art activity must have. It must have a slide for each vocabulary term. So it should have at least 10 slides. And you should use the words from this week's Quizlet set. And so I'll talk about these words in a little bit. You also want to have the part of speech for each word, whether it's a noun, a verb, a pronoun, a adverb, adjective. And you also want to have a definition of the word. And I don't want you just copying and pasting the definition from Google. I want it in your words. And then a sentence using that word, and then a drawing, photo, or video or animation that you created, not one that you Googled. And so extra credit would be to, for this week's vocabulary, this should say week 3. So it's to highlight, bold, or underline all of the pronouns in your sentences. So I want to show you an example of someone's vocabulary art project that met all of the criteria. So they have their vocabulary word, the definition, a sentence, a verb, and then the extra credit is to highlight the pronoun. So I is one of our pronouns. And then they did this nice drawing. You don't need color. It's not necessary. It just needs to be. I need to be able to see it and understand what I'm looking at. And so again, deteriorate, we've got the word, our definition, our sentence with preposition my, sorry, not preposition, pronoun my car is deteriorating. And then they've got a car deteriorating and the part of speech. So this is what I can expect from you on your vocabulary art activity. Because I'm trying to not clog up the Google Classroom with a bunch of assignments, I would like you to share your presentation with me by hitting the share button and then entering my email, which is, it says, you can also just copy it right from there and paste it. And so I want you to share it with me because it gets sent to my inbox, and it makes it really easy for me to grade it, check it off, have it, saved if I need to go back and find it. So that is how I would like you to turn this project activity in. So the words that you have this week are to entice, which is to get someone to do something. And so your mom might entice you to do some chores by, offering you extra dessert. Acute is an adjective that means like sensitive and powerful, to be good, kind of. So like an acute sense of smell would be a really good sense of smell, or an acute knowledge of technology would be a really sharp and good knowledge of technology. Trigger is a verb to cause or to set in motion. Thinking about like sometimes someone can trigger an avalanche. To revive, it's another verb, and it means to bring something back into life or give it new energy. So you can feel revived. You can revive someone else. They both apply. So impending, this one is an adjective and it means about to happen, looming, or hanging over in a threatening way. And so if you've got a test coming next week, then that test might be, looming, it's about to happen, It's, threatening, hanging over you, like a dark cloud looming. Impending would be, the test is impending and you're worried about it, or the cloud is impending and it's showing that a storm is about to happen. Devastation is a noun, and it is total widespread destruction. And so if you can experience devastation, something can cause devastation, or so it's an object. So it can't be used as a verb or an action word unless you added a different ending. This tion means it's a noun. If you wanted to turn it into a verb, it would need to be, devastate, ting, and that would turn it into a verb. An anecdote is a noun, and it's a short story that makes a point or proves something. So if, you say, I am going to go to this concert, Mom, and she says, I knew someone who went to a concert once and they died. That would be an anecdote, and she's trying to, make a point that concerts are dangerous. So it's not like a long story, it's a really short story, just a brief sentence or two. Erratic, if someone is acting erratically, they are unpredictable, they are strange and out of the ordinary. And so people can move erratically and act erratically, and if we put that ending on erratically, which would be A-L-L-Y, it would have that L-Y ending, and it would be an adverb, because if you were moving erratically, erratically would describe moving. And so that's, something describing a verb, that would be an adverb. So we could change this one into an adverb, by adding, A-L-L-Y, because our L-Y ending makes it an adverb. Inconclusive. So if something is inconclusive, it does not come to any answer. So if you're doing a science project and it is inconclusive, you do not figure anything out. You don't have any answers. A portent is a noun, and it's an omen, a sign or a warning that something bad is about to happen. It's an omen that's usually negative. So those are your vocab words for this week. And also, don't forget about your writing response. Make sure to work on that a little bit and add that to your writing response doc. Make sure not to hit turn in so that you can keep editing that doc. All right, so that's all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.